The biggest thing I stopped doing was,
Here's what's coming up.
I spent years in the gym, but I still looked like I didn't even lift. I tried bulking, but I ended up getting fat. I tried cutting, and I ended up losing muscle. I started blaming my genetics, and I thought I would never be able to build a muscular physique. If I wanted to change my physique, I needed to commit to a game plan. I started focusing on my compound lifts. I dialed in my nutrition, and as the year went by, I finally reached my dream physique. In today's video, I want to talk about 6 habits that were slowing down my progress.
Like and subscribe.
Social media hypes up the gym like it's going to the club, but the gym is more like a part-time job. You're not always going to want to go, but if you want to see results, you need to put in the hours. A lot of guys will get motivated for 1 month and then they quit the gym. They never had a motivating reason to stay in the game. Make it crystal clear in your mind on why you're trying to get in shape. I was the shy kid in class. No girls had a crush on me. When I went to the beach, I was the only guy with my shirt on. I felt like a side character in my own life. I knew that getting in shape would give me confidence. It makes you stronger. Your posture improves. Not a lot of guys are in shape, so you immediately stand out and you carry yourself like you're a prize. It's like a real life superpower. I remember I went to a club in Reno. I walked in with this tight t-shirt. 2 minutes after I walked inside, this really cute Latina girl walked up to me. She said, "I just wanted to let you know that I thought you were super handsome." Something like that would have never happened to me before I got in shape. Remind yourself every single day on why you're working out. I used to look in the mirror and obsess about my stomach. I used to get depressed when I didn't see instant results. Instead of looking for instant gratification and obsessing about how you look in the mirror, you need to focus on what you can control. You can't control your genetics. What you can control is whether you work out today and how much you eat today. If you tell yourself, today I'm gonna work out, and you stack up your days, in a couple of months, your body is gonna look completely different. I remember the first time I saw my abs. I felt so proud because I knew it wasn't an overnight success. When I didn't want to work out, I still chose to work out. It took months of me making the right choices. Start acting like the person you want to become. When I was skinny fat, I kept trying random influencer workouts, but I was never able to stick with one routine. You're faced with analysis paralysis, and you could stay stuck for years. What finally changed things for me was committing to a plan. If you guys have played the game Super Smash Bros., you can win with Mario, you can win with Sonic, you can even win with Peach. It's not the character that you pick, it's how you use that character. Some routines are better than others, but there's no such thing as a perfect routine. What matters more is how consistent you are. If you can only go to the gym 3 days a week, go with the full body routine. If you can go 4 days, go with the upper lower split. If you can go 5 to 6 days, you could go with the push pull legs. You don't need the perfect genetics. What you need is the right plan and the willingness to stick with it. Another thing I stopped doing, I stopped eating processed foods. 90% of the time, I eat clean, whole foods. The biggest reason guys never see the definition that they want, their gut is sticking out, is because their diet is all messed up. I know that because I was that way for years. It's a lot easier to go to the Chick-fil-A drive-thru than to cook your own chicken. If you're eating processed foods, your stomach's gonna be bloated. You're not gonna see the definition that you want. Once I started cooking my own food, that's when I could see separation in my shoulders. That's when my veins started popping out. Think of your body like this raw piece of rock. Your diet is what chisels the rock and brings out the definition. Be honest with yourself. I used to eat Little Caesars after my workouts. I told myself I was bulking. Deep down, I knew I was lying to myself. Focus on eating whole foods like chicken, eggs, whole wheat bread. You're already putting in the work at the gym. Clean up your diet. It's gonna transform your physique. When I was skinny fat, I used to run on the treadmill for an hour and I thought it would burn off my belly fat. All it did was make me scrawny and I still didn't have a six-pack. The truth is, I didn't have enough muscle to get a six-pack. Cardio is like a spice. You just want to add a little bit to your routine. If you do too much, you're gonna lose strength in the gym. It's gonna spoil your progress. Instead of running on the treadmill for an hour, Focus on getting stronger in the gym. Cardio isn't gonna get you ripped. Building muscle is what's gonna get you ripped. When you have more muscle on your frame, you burn more calories. Low intensity cardio is the best type of cardio if you're weightlifting. Focus on walking for 30 minutes a day. You'll be able to lift heavy in the gym. Weights are your foundation. Supplement the weights with walking. The biggest thing I stopped doing was acting like a gym NPC. I would show up to the gym without a plan. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just unconsciously performed the movement. At the end of my workout, I drank my protein shake. I went to McDonald's. I told myself I did a good job. I was training like a gym NPC. In order to build muscle, you need to train with good form. You need to push yourself at the gym. You need to train with intention. The gym is just like a video game. If you never learn the basics of the game, you're gonna stay at the same level. The guys who never see their physique change never took the time to learn the basics. If you're not building muscle in the gym, there's a blind spot with your training. There's a simple way to fix this: MVP. M stands for mind-muscle connection. Most guys go through the motions. If you can't feel your muscle while you're training, it's not gonna grow. You need to picture in your mind the muscle that you're training. If I'm doing chest press, I'm thinking about my chest while I'm pushing the bar up. I'm engaging my chest, which is gonna force more muscle growth. V stands for volume. The key to a well-balanced physique is giving each muscle enough volume. According to research, you want to hit your muscles between 12 to 20 sets per week. That sounds like a lot, but in my experience, my muscles started to grow more once I started doing this much volume. P stands for progressive overload. Just like a video game, you need to keep facing tougher enemies if you want to level up. To perform progressive overload, increase your weight or increase your reps. Remind yourself of MVP. That'll force your muscles to grow. Once you change these tiny habits, your body will start to look better. If you're looking for a routine, I made a free workout guide that you could check here. Thank you guys again. Catch you next time.